You are a ghost. You don't exist on any official roster. Your wife thinks you're doing a training exercise in North Carolina, but right now, your boots are caked in Syrian mud. The man in front of you is your brother. You know his heartbeat better than your own. In 3 seconds, you're going to breach this door. Inside is either a high-value target who knows the location of a dirty bomb, or a room full of rigged explosives waiting to turn you into pink mist. The charge blows. The world slows down. This isn't Call of Duty. There are no respawns. There is only the speed of your processing power and the muscle memory carved into your nervous system by 1,000,000 rounds of ammo. Welcome to the unit. Welcome to Delta Force. How did you get here? How did you end up stacking on a door in the armpit of the world? It started 6 months ago in the mountains of West Virginia. You were already the best. A ranger, a Green Beret, maybe a Marine Raider. You thought you were tough. Then you signed up for selection. They call it the long walk. No cheering crowds, no instructors screaming at you to motivate you. In fact, the instructors don't say a word. They just watch. They want to see if you'll quit when no one is looking. You navigated 40 miles of treacherous terrain with a 60-pound ruck, alone, with a time limit you weren't told. Your hallucinations became your friends. You saw trees turn into demons. You wept silently while eating cold MREs. And while 90% of the candidates' men made of iron rang the bell and went home, you kept walking. Not because you were the strongest, but because the idea of quitting was more terrifying than dying. You survived the walk, but that was just the entry fee. Now comes the operator training course. This is where they strip the soldier out of you and build a surgeon. In the regular army, you're taught to suppress the enemy. Here, you are taught to solve geometry problems with bullets at 300 miles per hour. You spend 10 hours a day in the shoot house. You fire so many rounds, your hands cramp into claws. And here's the kicker. Your teammates are the hostages. You take turns standing next to the paper targets. You have to trust the guy next to you to put a live 5.5, 6 round 2 inches from your face. If he sneezes, you die. If you flinch, you're out. This rewires your brain. You stop feeling fear in the normal sense. Fear becomes focus. You enter the flow state. The room isn't chaotic anymore. It's a grid. You scan. Threat. No threat. Threat. Bang. Bang. You are becoming a machine. But machines don't have families to go home to. You graduate. You get your patch, then you put it in a drawer because you can never wear it. You go home for a weekend. You're at a neighborhood barbecue. Someone complains about the traffic on the I-95. Someone else is upset that their latte was cold. You nod and smile. You can't tell them that 3 days ago you were hunting a warlord in the Horn of Africa. You can't tell them that the smell of burning charcoal reminds you of a drone strike. You feel like an alien in a human suit. This is the psychological tax. You can switch the violence on in a nanosecond, but switching it off? That switch gets rusty. You start sleeping with a pistol under your pillow. You sit facing the door in restaurants. You scan the waiter's hands for weapons. You love your family, but the only place you feel truly normal is back in the team room, cleaning your weapon, waiting for the pager to buzz. Buzz. Pack your bags. You have 2 hours. Now you're at 25,000 feet, breathing oxygen through a mask, standing on the ramp of a C-130. The target is a compound, deep in hostile territory. Intelligence says a terrorist cell is finalizing a chemical weapon attack. You jump. Halo high altitude, low opening. You plummet through the freezing darkness for 2 minutes. You are a missile made of meat. At 4,000 feet, you pull. The canopy snaps open. Silence. You land. You regroup. You are 4 miles from the target. You move like a pack of wolves. No talking. Hand signals and IR lasers only. You are carrying 80 pounds of gear, but you don't make a sound. The adrenaline is gone. This is just work. You check your sectors. You watch the heat signatures of goats and farmers through your thermal optics. You are the apex predator here, but even apex predators can step in a trap. You reach the compound, the X. The plan is a simultaneous breach. Snipers take the roof. You take the front door. The JTAC, the guy talking to the aircraft above, whispers in your earpiece. You are clear hot. Pop pop. The roof is clear. The charge blows. You flow in. This is the fatal funnel, the doorway where bullets naturally congregate. You have to push through it. Room left, clear. Room right. Contact front. A man raises an AK-47. You put 2 rounds in his chest and 1 in his head before his finger tightens on the trigger. He drops. But something is wrong. The intel said 10 fighters. You've cleared the whole ground floor and found 2. Your flashlight beam catches a tripwire running under a rug. It's connected to a daisy chain of IEDs rigged into the foundation. Trap! Everyone out! The floor erupts. You're thrown backward. Your ears are ringing. You taste concrete dust and blood. You scramble up. Your teammate, Miller, is pinned. His leg is crushed under a concrete beam. The building is groaning. It's coming down. You grab his vest. You pull. He screams. He's stuck. The radio crackles. Enemy QRF inbound. 2 minutes out. You have 2 minutes before 50 enemy fighters swarm this crater. Miller looks at you. He knows the math. He reaches for his grenade. He looks you in the eye and says, "Go." This is the part of the movie where the hero lifts the beam. In reality, physics doesn't care about heroism. You can stay and die with him, or you can leave and complete the mission. You are Delta. The mission comes first. Always. You grab his radio, you squeeze his shoulder. You say, "See you in Valhalla, brother." And you're on. You escape. The extraction bird picks you up. You watch the compound burn from the open door of the little bird. You survived. But a piece of you stayed in that rubble. This is the cost of being the tip of the spear. You carry the weight of the world and the weight of the ghosts you left behind. If you want to survive the next mission, hit that subscribe button. It's the only way to get the intel you need. And comment below, what would you have done? Stayed or ran? Stay dangerous.